Setnin Radio, hosted by Mark Newbold and Louis Turfrey.
Right, well, welcome to what is episode 13 of Setnin Radio.
Lucky 13.
Lucky 13.
Here we are.
Oh, blimey.
I know.
With our new recording facility.
Tempting fact, and what's the date today, Louis?
Do you know, I've got no idea.
It's the 13th.
The 13th?
March the 13th, yeah.
Good job we didn't do it on Wednesday.
Why is that?
Would have been the Ides of March.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. Julius Caesar, 15th of March.
Wow.
Oh, I tell you.
Yeah, ain't that a stab in the back. Well, here we are. We've got loads to talk about.
We have.
Since the last Setnin, which was... it's been a few weeks, hasn't it?
It's been 4 weeks then, I think, at
It
least.
probably has. Yeah, we've had stuff going on. We've had the Oscars.
Well, we haven't personally, but the Americans have, haven't
That's
they?
true. What else has happened?
Do you know, I can't remember.
No. It looks like Indiana Jones 4 has been put back until next year.
Yes.
So there's that to talk about.
Yes. Serenity DVD has been released in the UK.
Absolutely. I was just thinking about Serenity.
Very chuffed.
Yep. Very chuffed. What a film.
Absolutely. And the extras on the DVD are pretty good as well.
They're pretty damn good.
Yes. Definitely.
Yeah. And the website, we've had a few extra things put on the website.
Yes, we're altering the sort of the focus of the website, aren't we?
Yeah. Or expanding it.
Expanding it, yes.
Expanding it.
Yes, we're sticking with Star Wars, but we're adding bits on, like,
anything.
comic and artwork.
That's
and,
it.
Yeah. That sort of thing.
Because obviously until the new Star Wars series launches, then, we want to keep up to date with the news and let people hear what's going on. And obviously, there's a lot happening with what we're doing, story-wise.
Yes.
We'll come to that later, obviously. We're going to...
Prelude to Setnin.
Exactly, you read that, good man.
I did.
Yeah, so I thought...
Does help to read one's own website.
Doesn't hurt, does it? Doesn't it? So I thought it'd be a nice idea to sort of reintroduce people to that, especially once the new Underwood Age gets loaded, and then all those new stories start coming on stream.
Yeah.
It gives us a bit of time as well, to get prepared. So yeah, so there's plenty happening.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've got 3 stories in production.
Really?
And I've got 4 pieces of artwork in production.
That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. Yeah, we're on this week. In fact, tomorrow it's... God, what is it now? It's 184, I think, goes on tomorrow. So, I think we've got up till about 189 done. And then, I think we run out then. But we've got to stay online, because July the 4th is Setnin Select 200.
Never.
So we can't miss that.
Never. You mean on
Yep.
Independence Day we're going to have our 200th image
Yep.
on the website?
How cool is that?
That's more cool than the new Doctor Who series, even.
Strangely enough. When does that start? It's soon, isn't it?
It's very soon, yes. Yeah. Within the next few weeks, I believe.
Looking forward to that. And there's a good buzz about that, and I'm pleased that the States are getting it. I think Sci-Fi has finally picked it up.
Yes, which is going to be good, because, to be honest, I mean, these new series of Doctor Who, for anyone that's an aficionado of Doctor Who...
It's about season 28, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean... It is, but it's being reclassed as the new series,
For the
episode.
DVD generation.
Yeah, for the DVD generation, as I say. But basically, it's a step up, isn't it? Production values are excellent. There's no more cardboard sets.
No. It's beyond the step up. I mean, it's a completely different level.
And the acting is actually very good.
Yeah.
Well, with one exception, Rosie's mum, I think.
Oh, I don't know. I've seen her. No, I'll be fair. I've seen her in other things. And
she acts exactly the
same. She's exactly the same.
Yeah.
So she might be bad, but at least she's consistent.
She's consistent.
Much like
I'm not saying it's bad acting.
Like
I'm just saying it's not particularly my sort of stuff I like.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And of course we've got Rose Tyler, who is the absolute screen goddess of Doctor Who forever.
She is.
Yes.
She's got lips like a gerbil, but
who cares?
Who cares?
Never kissed a gerbil. Wouldn't know.
True. True. That thought never occurred to me.
I'm wondering how you knew now.
No. Yeah, Dan Morrison said it now.
Yeah, this is a big one, isn't it?
That just came out all
Anyway,
right.
new series Doctor Who.
Yes.
Anthony Stewart Head.
Yes. And Peter Kay.
Yes.
Playing the bad guy. That'll be worth it.
Now, I want to know who Head's playing.
Really?
Yes, because I've heard rumours that the Master's back.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, I'd heard that there's potential of him playing the Master, and that would be quite special.
Which would be cool.
Yeah.
Which would be cool. I mean, it's only a rumour, and I think it's a pretty unfounded one.
I don't know.
But he plays a good nasty guy.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
He plays an excellent good guy, but he also plays a bloody good nasty guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they decide to play this all off.
Yeah, and Sarah Jane Smith's back.
Yes.
And K9.
Yeah, K9. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, which is a bit from the old days.
Definitely looking forward to that.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, it's one of these things. It's going to be a bit of nostalgia there. It's going to be the Cybermen.
That's right. Yeah, they look fantastic. The new Cybermen look brilliant.
Yes, absolutely.
So, but they set up a lot of plot lines in the first season.
Yes.
With what's his name, Eccleston.
Yes.
So yeah, there's plenty of avenues that they can go down.
It should be good. It should be good. So I mean, that's one thing to look forward to.
Yeah.
In the coming few months.
And Torchwood as well. The spin-off.
Torchwood, yes, with Captain Jack.
Yeah. The spin-off, which will make no mention of Doctor Who whatsoever.
Absolutely not.
But yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
But Captain Jack's apparently going to appear back in Doctor Who Series 3.
Oh, good.
Apparently he's not going to be in all of Torchwood.
No.
But he's going to be the main character in it, which will be interesting.
Yeah.
Also, you might be interested to know that Smallville's taken a brief hiatus in the States.
Yeah.
As anyone in the States will know. I believe it's come back on 30th of March.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure when it's coming back on the 30th of March and what's going to be the status of it, but we'll find out from then.
Yeah. As I was saying before, we've got the WB and UPN merging into one network. I think it's called the CW, I think, which starts in September. So obviously,
interesting.
Yeah, so I think Smallville's going to stay on board there, and other new shows. Of course, there's still talk of them doing this Spike movie that the networks want to do.
That's the TV movie, or
it's
feature related TV movie. Yeah.
If Joss Whedon can find time for it, because obviously he's doing Wonder Woman. He's doing a horror movie.
And apparently going to be working on Serenity 2, which has been picked up again, I heard.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Apparently
it's done so well again on video.
Yeah, it's the DVD sales,
Sorry, DVD sales. We don't have video anymore in this household. Right. Is that basically, it's going to be picked up again. They're either going to do they're either going to do a new series or a new film, I believe.
Oh, whichever.
So,
whichever.
I believe if they can maintain the production values they maintained on the first film.
Yeah.
Which I'm sorry to, a lot of people say, it cost 30 million to make, you can't do that for 30 million. I'm sorry, but that space battle
spot on
over Mr. Universe's planet was absolutely superb.
It was amazing. It's just a top film.
And imaginative. That's what I thought was good about it. It was imaginative. The, you didn't have the old sort of like, how can I say? It was very Star Wars in the design of the spacecraft.
Yeah.
In as much as no one craft had exactly the same sort of shape.
That's right, yeah.
In it. I thought that was quite cool.
Yeah. That was something that Babylon 5 used to do so well, I think. Mm-hmm. Every ship had a very distinct look.
Yes.
There was always, to certain degrees, I suppose that was a hindrance of Star Trek, was that they all went for the nacelle look, and there was much of a sameness, but then they got very clever with it and they refined it, and so different Federation ships look very cool.
That's right, yeah. Especially, was it the Invincible?
Yes.
I can't remember now.
Yeah. Well, the Intrepid as well. That was the one you saw in Generations. Was a beautiful ship, and it was huge. It was so
massive,
big. Yeah. Because you see the Intrepid. It's the Intrepid at the end with what class was
Generations?
it? Oh, but at the end of
Miranda
Generations.
class, is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the same as Khan's ship in Star Trek 2. And they just look fantastic together, but you realise how big the next gen ships have got compared to the original series ships.
Absolutely. It was like watching a shuttlecraft.
It was.
Compared to,
Yeah.
Because, the Intrepid actually would have been bigger than the Enterprise, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think the saucer section certainly was, and it was chunkier as well. It wasn't as sleek as the D. It was solid.
Intrepid's a battle cruiser, I believe, isn't it?
Big, solid ship. So, but Serenity, certainly.
Someone will correct me on that, by the way.
Sorry?
Some Star Trek fan out there will correct me on that. No,
I'm sure they'll correct me as well. I'm sure it was the Intrepid. I might be wrong. I can't believe it's 12 years since Generations. It's 10 years this year since First
Contact. Is there going to be another Star Trek film? Because I've heard the rumours that there's going to be a sort of like a mixed cast film.
Yeah, there's been lots of rumours knocking around, and rumours of who's going to be involved. Bryan Singer wants to be involved, and they're talking about doing a new next-gen movie, which would be fantastic if they could do just one more to wrap it up.
Yeah.
And they certainly deserve it.
Because I think they left it a bit too open at the end there.
Yeah, they did, and it's a shame that the guy that they got to direct Nemesis, Stuart Baird, just didn't really get Star Trek.
No.
That was the problem. No. And he admitted that. And there's stories from on the set where he would basically say, cast members would say, well, my character doesn't do that. It's done this way in Star Trek. Characters react in this way. And he basically would say, I don't care about that. So he had no respect for what Star Trek was about. And that's not his fault. It's the fault of the people who picked him to direct it.
Yeah.
They should have stuck with You know, okay, you want to get a big name. Spielberg could direct a Star Trek movie, but I guarantee if he ever did, he'd have respect for the material.
Yeah.
He wouldn't make himself
Absolutely
adhere to what's gone before. You know.
Talking about Spielberg, that brings us quite conveniently around to Indiana Jones 4.
Indiana Jones 4. Yeah, it's a shame. It seems to be a couple of 3 weeks ago. If you go back and look through the site through sort of March and certainly in February, lots of talk of, obviously because Harrison Ford had Firewall out, so it was tying in nicely with the Indy 4 stuff because everyone was asking him. But the latest news is that the script has gone on to David Coep, who did Spider-Man and various other stuff.
Again?
Yeah, and that a guy from Fox News had spoke to Spielberg at the Oscars and had mentioned that he himself had spoken to George Lucas and that Lucas had said he was very happy with the story and Spielberg's reaction. And from the way it comes across is it was quite a sharp retort, was that Spielberg says, George Lucas isn't directing this film, I am. And it's gone to another script guy to finish off the script. It's looking like it's going to get put back another year because the other news is that Spielberg is apparently taking a year off. So...
That's a shame.
Yeah, well, I can understand it.
I don't think Harrison will have aged that much in the year.
I don't know. It's really, he's a brilliant bloke, and it's Harrison Ford. I mean,
have you seen Firewall, by the way?
I haven't. You have.
He fights very. I have to say this, and I'm going to say the guy. I'm not a brilliant fan of the film. I think it's an okay film. Yeah. There's nothing spectacular about it. Serviceable. Yeah. It's it deserves any plaudits it's already got. But the thing I like about it was the simple fact that you see Harrison fighting like Indy fought.
Yeah.
Bare fist knuckle fighting.
Yeah.
No holds back.
No.
The guy's definitely going through lots of wood. Yeah. You know, going through lots of windows and stuff. Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
And he's obviously, you know, a tough bloke.
Yeah.
And
I
don't think there's no digital matching in there, mate. He does his own stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the big story about him going through the window and then helping the set guys rebuild it, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Paul Bettany, who's like our age, mid-30s, being really quite embarrassed the fact that he was knackered, you know, and there's a guy who's got 30 years on him, getting up, dusting himself off and saying, let's do it again.
Yeah, what's the film last film Paul did? Was it...
I can't think of the last one. The last thing I know that he did...
Romantic, wasn't it?
Well, he did Wimbledon, didn't he?
Did Wimbledon, that was it, yeah.
But I mean, he's been in some big films and some good films, and I'll always hate that guy because he's married to the gorgeous Jennifer Connelly.
Jennifer Connelly? I wonder who she is.
Let me think.
No, Mark.
Sorry. Hey, so it's flashbacks to Labyrinth then, which you really shouldn't, because you know.
No.
So Indy 4, looks like Indy 4 is going to be held back a little bit.
Yeah.
What other news we got? Yeah, on the website we've started putting little embedded media players into the front page. Really handy. Basically, cut a long story short, went to videogoogle.com, just browsing around looking for bits and bobs, different things, and was just watching some videos, and they've got a new service, I guess you'd call it, which basically says add to your site. So basically you click on it, and there's the code, and you just put it into your HTML, and there it is. The player pops up. I did it for a short movie that's on the front page now called O, which is Peter Serafinovich.
There's a few on there, actually, isn't there?
There's quite a few now. From Shaun of the Dead, and he was the voice of Darth Maul. That's what most Star Wars fans will know him for. I'd done this short movie, 3-minute movie, and I'd put a link to it initially, but then I found that with Google Video, you can actually put it on the site so the player is on the front page. So there it is. So naturally, it's been a Star Wars site and a Star Wars related site. I just went through Google Video and just found
as many Star Wars related links as you possibly could.
Exactly, but not only that, there was a lot of links that we got going right back to when the site started again in March last year.
Yeah.
So obviously since the last Setnin Select we've been back online for a year now since our redesign, which was quite a thing.
Which is cool.
Very cool. There's loads of links to other little videos that before you'd have to click through and go to somebody else's site, but of course now the player is on the front page, so
which is good,
which is very good. And of course all the videos are courtesy of Video Google, so you know it's there, look out for that. So but yeah, there's some really sweet stuff in there, some little Harry Potter bits because obviously the ILM connection. There's the video for Hero Falls, which goes back to when the soundtrack came out, so there's lots of little bits and bobs, so it's really really freshened up the site. I think yesterday, or maybe today, it's the teaser trailer for Pirates of the Caribbean.
Absolutely.
which was on there. So, obviously Keira Knightley and ILM again, so...
Obviously Keira Knightley.
Obviously Keira Knightley.
Yes.
Didn't she look fantastic at the Oscars?
Oh.
Tedious Link.
Tedious Link. She did.
She did. She always looks good.
Yeah.
And we love you, Keira. If you ever listen to this, which is very unlikely.
Thankfully, Keira, you've put on a little bit of weight, which makes you look a little bit better, a little bit more curvier.
Yeah.
She was getting too skinny.
Oh,
too many ribs. I'm sorry, too many ribs showing.
You can never have too many ribs.
No. Like a bit of meat on them. Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll leave that comment there.
Okay.
Yes, Oscars. What a disappointment.
Oh.
What can I say?
Well, we knew this from the nominations, and it's been the same since Gump won the Oscar in, 95?
Yes.
Every year, three nominations for Best Special Effects, and practically every year, 2 of the 3 have been ILM.
Yeah.
And it's always been the other one that's won.
Absolutely.
And it's gone beyond being, I can't believe there's a better film out there than an ILM one, because most of the time, it's not.
Yeah.
I mean...
And we're not biased by any means.
I am.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay.
What happened there? Right, for those of you who didn't already know, that was Windows going off and coming back on again.
God bless you, Bill Gates. Once again, the richest man in the world.
Is it?
50 billion. He's earned $1 billion for every year he's been alive.
That's an awful lot.
It is an awful lot. Lucas, conversely, is the 194th richest man on the planet. He's worth 3.5 billion. And Steven Spielberg is the 258th richest person on the planet, and he's worth 2.5 billion. So, there we go. Bit of geek knowledge for you. The Oscars, I mean, again, from 2001, 2002, 2003, so 2002, 3 and 4 Oscars, it was Lord of the Rings. They were going to win all the technicals, which they did. They're going to win all the musics, which they did.
I don't mind that, though. I don't mind that.
No, I didn't mind that.
I thought that a lot of what they did was absolutely fantastic.
It was fantastic.
And there was a lot of input from ILM there as well.
There was a hell of a lot of input.
There was a lot of sharing between the two of them.
True, and I mean, especially with Episode 1 being beaten by The Matrix, I'll never understand that decision. Because as fantastic as The Matrix was, and as a film it's amazing, there was nothing in there that was...
Bullet Time, I think, was the thing that did it.
Yeah.
But it had been done before.
Not only that, Bullet Time it's the special effects version of... I can't think of a good analogy, and you never can when you really need to, especially when there's thousands of people listening to you. But it was just a show-off effect. It's not the sort of special effect that you could use in an everyday movie. You couldn't put Bullet Time in Coronation Street, could you?
No.
Whereas digital battle art and all that sort of stuff, the CG sets is something that's evolved to such a degree that most people don't even know they're looking at CG sets these days. Bullet Time was okay. Special effects are about showing off, but Bullet Time was
showing off just big
not.
stuff.
Yeah, it was not. Matrix.
It was gratuitous.
Yeah, and Swordfish. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they even got bored of Bullet Time by Matrix Revolutions, but then again, most of us have got bored by Matrix Revolutions, so that's probably a bad example. But for that to beat out Episode 1, I'm still stunned.
Yeah.
7 years on, I'm still just like, oh, come on. Episode 2.
I mean, it's like, I think the thing is that people don't really realise exactly how much of each of these films contains groundbreaking effects.
Yeah, and
I think that's the thing. People look at it and think,
oh,
it looks fantastic looking movie, we'll vote for that one. But what they're doing is they're not voting for the movie.
Well, I want to know
who
votes. Yeah, I agree. Who's voting? It's been in, let's say, the effects category or the makeup category. Now, the makeup, that was the only Oscar that Sith was nominated for, was Best Makeup.
Yeah.
And the winner was Chronicles of Narnia.
Right.
Which I was disappointed, but I can sort of understand because there was some fantastic makeup in Narnia, so I could get that. I half expected. It's like, Episode 3 doesn't get nominated for Best Costume. Pride and Prejudice does. I'm sorry, they could have pulled the costumes for Pride and Prejudice out of any BBC wardrobe.
Yeah.
Couldn't they?
Absolutely.
What
Nothing
really?
There,
I mean, that was just ridiculous.
Nothing original there at all.
No, so there's examples like that when you just think, give up. What's the point? And it does start to feel like somebody somewhere has looked at anything Lucas related and either thought, oh well, he's making loads of money.
They're probably saying he's making. Or
he won loads of Oscars before, right. Or
Yeah. Or it's like he's making science fiction movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. He's making science fiction movies. They don't count.
Nah.
They've always got special effects. They have. Oh, there's no work involved in those. And it's like, well, I'm sorry, but
you go to that episode 3 DVD when they do the 1 minute in a minute, 49 seconds from the battle at the end of Sith, and they worked out how many man hours was involved in those. I'm sure it was 49 seconds. It wasn't a full minute. It was about 49 seconds.
Yeah.
And it was, I can't think what it was. It was something ridiculous, about 70,000 man hours or something for 49 seconds of film in a 2 hour, 20 minute movie.
I know.
Okay.
And most of that movie is effects.
Yeah, it's more of a, it is. It's more of an animated movie than most animated movies.
Yeah. Which you don't realise though.
People don't.
No.
I don't know. It just niggled me. The Oscars niggled me a bit. The main awards, as that goes, Philip Seymour Hoffman winning, no big surprise. Reese Witherspoon winning. Well, I don't know. Witherspoon without a spoon. She's not that good an actress personally, but there you go. I've not seen her performance in Walk the Line, so I can't really say.
It's as good as anybody's performance, but it's not spectacular.
No.
It's not. I mean, I have to say, the lead role takes it in Walk the Line.
Yeah.
Not much you can say about that really. That's brilliant acting.
Yeah.
But that's the male lead. That's not a female lead.
That's true.
Co-star.
What else was there? I mean, Clooney winning Best Supporting Actor. I was really pleased because I think Clooney's a top bloke.
Yeah.
And he's a popular fella as well. But I was a bit surprised by that. I think there was an element of, well, he's not going to win anything else, but we've got to give him something. And he's the new big movie star, isn't he? He's a throwback to those actors of days past.
He's very much the sort of the I hate to say Sinatra, because Sinatra.
I was going to say, I sort of always think sort of Cary Grant.
Yeah, the Grant
Rock
type,
Hudson
the Rat
sort,
Pack sort of thing. Yeah, Rat Pack.
Yeah,
so.
Definitely the whole Ocean's 11 thing. They're doing Ocean's 13, by the way.
Oh,
they are doing it. Yeah. Well, I think it's good. I thought both of those were good.
I thought 12 was excellent. I loved 12. I'll tell you what I loved about 12. The twist. Just the whole of the movie. Yeah. You don't realise the whole of the movie's been set up straight from the start. Yeah. And that's what I think's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, different movie, different character.
Yeah.
But he's also been in those movies again, the Italian Job, American version.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like that.
Yeah. They're doing a sequel to that as well.
Yeah. And I can understand why, because having seen the movie about 9 times now.
Really?
It may not be the original English version.
No.
Okay, it's got the same characters.
Yeah, but it hasn't got Benny Hill, come on.
It hasn't got Benny Hill, thank God. But it's got the same sort of character names.
Yeah.
But again, it's one of these things where somebody's taken the idea, they've translated it to the American audience, but they've done it well. If you're a snob, you won't like it. I'm not a snob. I enjoyed it for what it was, which was a fun movie that used Mini Coopers.
Can't beat that, can you?
Which
can't beat that.
Great.
Yeah.
Fun, fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
So, next time round, let's hope they use something like turbocharged XK8.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we can hope, can't we?
Or Reliant Robbins or something.
No way.
But the Oscars, I was disappointed. There were some good wins, and Wallace and Gromit winning obviously was great, as spitting as a Brit, and he deserved it anyway. But yeah, disappointed with the technical side. But then again, King Kong, really, box office wise, it's done over 600 million, I think, now.
Yeah, is that worldwide?
Pushing that, yeah. It's tanked in the States. For what it cost, I think it's only took about 8 million more than it cost, which is not what people were expecting. And it's a great film, and we've discussed it at length on Setnin Radio.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I haven't seen the film now. Yes, I do think it's a good film.
Yeah.
And I think some really poignant moments in it.
Oh, definitely.
But again...
When's it out on DVD? It's a couple of weeks, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have to tell my dad that. It's his birthday tomorrow, and that's what I'm buying him for his birthday.
Oh, changing the subject, talking about out on DVD.
Please
Harry
do.
Potter.
Yes.
1 week from today in the UK.
Yeah, and it came out last week in the States, and in 1 day it sold 5 million copies.
Does that make it the biggest?
No, the record is still Finding Nemo. That sold 8 million copies in 1 day. But for a rental, single disc, double disc, and the 4-pack with all 4 movies, they did 5 million units, shifted 5 million units on its first day.
Crikey.
Which for a sort of 4th film with a franchise, that's big. And box office wise, it's still taking money at the box office. It's just behind. It's overtaking Chamber of Secrets, and it's just behind Jurassic Park. It's not going to catch Jurassic now. It's about 23 million behind, something like that.
Right.
It's not going to catch it now, but fantastic run. When you think it actually ended up the biggest film worldwide of last year, beating out Sith by about 30 million. So
that's not bad then, is it really?
No. But then when you think about it, Sith cost 115 and Potter cost best part of 200 million. So the difference in budget was phenomenal. So, I mean, Lucas has been talking about the TV show.
Yeah.
Or rather, Stephen Sansweet was talking about the TV show, saying how, you know, they're looking at avenues of how they're going to sell it and what, you know, how much they're going to spend on making them. And Lucas really just wants to get away from the whole $100 million blockbuster movie thing, which really, since Jedi, he's only really made 4 mega budget blockbuster movies, and that's the last Indiana Jones and these 3 Star Wars films. Yeah. I mean, you know, Radio Land Murders, which I saw recently, hadn't seen it, great movie, but didn't cost anything. You know, Willow, that was fairly expensive, I would imagine, for the time, and groundbreaking, but I mean, that's 20 years ago now, you know. I don't know. I think he's doing a good thing by going to television and keeping those production costs down.
I think as well, I mean, again, he's got ILM behind him.
That's it.
And TVs do not require the same level of resolution as far as...
Although with high def coming in, I think they'd like to keep that level of...
Yeah, but high def is still only about 1/10 of what you get on the cinema screen resolution. Yeah, it's incredible.
We know now that the best copy of any film, you know, when we see Sith from now on, we're going to watch it on DVD and all the medias that come beyond that, the quality is going to get better and better and better, and that for our TV screens and stuff, better than you'll ever get at a cinema.
Well, I'm going to tell you now, I've got a DVD recorder sitting down there.
Yeah.
And if I record anything in low quality, which fits me 6 hours on a DVD,
yeah,
I cannot tell the difference between the broadcast quality and the DVD I'm playing back. You know, that's how good they've got now.
Yeah.
You know, so...
Yeah. But it'd be interesting to see from a quality control level and from a production level how much latitude ILM is given. You know, the designers when he's doing a weekly TV show.
Here's something you might find interesting. HD TV.
Yes, sir.
It's already available on Sky now.
Yes, I know. There's quite a few channels that are locked that you've got to phone up to.
That's right, yeah.
I've noticed that. They're doing it with the sports as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Basically, with some of the sports channels going to HD, the interesting thing is that they've changed the HD definition format, so a lot of people who've bought HD TVs will now have to buy adapter boxes to be able to receive HD signals off HD DVDs. Because the HD DVDs are going to have a different lead format and signal level, which is totally weird.
Isn't it nice that people with all the control and all the power are making life so easy for us?
I know.
I hate them.
It's like Blu-ray.
Oh.
A HD disc.
Yeah.
Talking about which, I'm not going to mince about the words, my Xbox 360 arrives in 3.5 weeks.
Dude.
What can I say?
We'll be talking about that on the next Setnin Radio, I think.
We will be.
Excellent.
We better leave it at that for now.
Fantastic.
I'm Louis.
I'm Mark.
And you've just been listening to episode 13 of Setnin Radio. We hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time.
Absolutely. Take care, everyone.
Ta-da.